Welcome to Clark Planetarium Science on a Sphere. My name is Nathan, and with me today is Lexus.
Our solar system is incredibly vast. There are many planets and moons that we know about.
But there are many other objects we're less familiar with. These include asteroids, comets, and more recently, dwarf planets.
The most famous dwarf planet is Pluto. Pluto used to be considered the 9th planet in our solar system.
Things changed in 2006 when a group of astronomers felt a new classification was needed. So what happened?
For years, there was a debate about just how large Pluto was. Even though many questions about Pluto existed, it continued to be listed as a planet.
That all changed with the discovery of Eris, another small object similar to Pluto. This wasn't the first time astronomers had to consider what to call things in our solar system.
Eris was discovered in 1801 and named a planet. It orbited around the sun and wasn't a satellite of anything else.
Astronomers continued to find more objects in orbit around the sun, and this increased the need to adjust some of their classifications.
Without these changes, a solar system of dozens of planets became a real possibility. Imagine needing to learn that size of a solar system in school.
That's when astronomers decided to use the term asteroid and stopped classifying so many things as planets. Eris went from planet to asteroid.
Since the discovery of Eris, several more of these objects have been found.
In 2006, the definition of a planet was revised to include the following characteristics.
First, to be a planet, you have to orbit around the sun. Second, it needs enough mass to pull itself to be a sphere.
And finally, it needs to clear its orbit. This third rule was the new change, where Pluto didn't make the cut.
These small worlds may be called dwarf planets, but they have just as many wonders to explore as their larger siblings.
Just like our planets, our dwarf planets have unique features and characteristics. Let's look a little closer at each of our dwarf planets.
When astronomers added a new classification, it allowed for Ceres to be added to the realm of dwarf planets. It is the only dwarf planet located in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
Although it is the smallest of the dwarf planets, it didn't disappoint.
When Ceres was explored years ago by the Dawn spacecraft, it was found to have a massive salt mound on its surface. This salt mound provided strong evidence for the existence of a water ocean beneath its surface.
Many of the dwarf planets are now thought to have subsurface oceans, but exploring these worlds isn't easy.
The other dwarf planets exist in the Kuiper belt, farther out than Neptune. To date, Pluto is the only other dwarf planet we have explored with a spacecraft. Pluto was visited by the New Horizons mission in 2015, where we got the first ever detailed picture of Pluto's surface.
This revealed interesting things like the giant heart-shaped region on Pluto's surface made of nitrogen ice. It was also discovered that this tiny world has cryovolcanoes, volcanoes that erupt ice instead of lava.
In addition to these features, Pluto also has 5 known moons, more than any of the other dwarf planets.
Eris is the largest object in our solar system that hasn't been visited by spacecraft. It has a highly eccentric orbit that takes it 3 times as far from the sun as Pluto.
Eris has a very long orbital period. 1 year on Eris is 248 years on Earth.
Haumea is a dwarf planet even further out than Eris and spins incredibly fast. 1 day there is only 4 hours.
This fast rotation causes Haumea to have a very oblong shape, kind of like a football.
Makemake is a dwarf planet slightly smaller than Pluto. It takes Makemake roughly 306 years to go around the sun. Not much is known of its surface. The only detailed telescopes show is that it appears red, like Pluto. This leads many to theorize that their surfaces could be very similar.
We are discovering more about dwarf planets every day, and the discussion about classification is far from over.
Even now, we have objects in our solar system under consideration to become classified as dwarf planets. Sedna and Quasar are 2 examples.
History is being made, and celestial bodies are discovered and defined every day. Thanks for joining us at the Clark Planetarium. Keep learning, keep discovering, and keep looking up.